Hi guys, my name is Zinjy. Welcome back to my Let's Play. This is episode 3. I hope you guys are all doing okay, and let's crack on. Right, what I want to do is just show you guys anything that we've done since the last episodes, just stuff I've been doing in between episodes. One thing I will show you I have done is if we pop down here, I have actually managed to kind of populate my cow farm, which is great. Maybe didn't get as much land as I wanted to, but I've got a few cows up there now, and as you can see, it's a fully working order. They're all dropping down here, doing exactly what I want. I say I've not used an awful lot. Yeah, only at 7 and 8, but it's fine. It will work. It's exactly what I do. One thing I do want to do in this episode is probably decorate this room because, yeah, not the best. It's currently just stone and dirt, but yeah, we want to get to that today. More things that I have done since last episode, just in between episodes. I did go on a little bit of a grindy mission with villagers. And I now have 4. Yay! I have 2 farmers and 2 librarians. The farmers are great. This one has pumpkin and the melon trade, as well as the golden carrots. Unfortunately, I have kind of run out of emeralds because I've been grinding away, getting these guys up to master rank. So, yeah, I need to get some more before I can get golden carrots as a food source. But, as you may have noticed, I have pumpkin pies, which I'm okay with just now. Better than fish. This guy has melons and also has pumpkin pie trade. That's where I got them from. Also has the golden carrot trade. Great. Once I get enough emeralds, I'll start trading with these guys to get golden carrots. These 2 villagers, I managed to get. This one has been arthropods 5, which is not the best, but he does have fortune 3, which is great, and exactly what I needed to pop on my pickaxe. No, this guy over here is probably the best guy because he has mending. Not the best price for it. It is 20 emeralds for the mending, but at the current stage I'm at, I am perfectly okay with that, paying the 20. I'm saying once I get everything set up and I'm getting these guys zombified and then curified, they'll drop their trades pretty quick. So yeah, that would be great. One thing that did happen since the last episode, and I suppose it's totally my fault because I forgot I was playing on hard. Yeah, I came across here to trade with my my Unbreaking villager, and as you may see here, there's a door missing. Yep, totally forgot, and a zombie broke in. Yeah. Yep. He currently has my door. Yeah, so this zombie got in, I came in, and the zombie was sitting in the boat with the guy with the door. But it's okay. It's okay, it's fine. I plan on maybe trying to get a splash potion of weakness to try and cure this guy. Essentially, I want to maybe move him up there with the rest of the guys just now, but it's okay. It's absolutely fine just now. I'll just have to sort of do without Unbreaking. My other guy's safe. He's still sitting over in the house. I do want him to transfer him up there as well, but I'll leave him up there just now, which is fine. This episode, guys, yeah. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna, as I say, try and do that cow farm room. I just want to get that upgraded and look a little bit better. Also, main thing for this episode is I want to do my pumpkin and melon farm. That's essentially what I want to do for this episode. Just try and get that up and running so I can get trading with those 2 farmers up there. So yeah, I'm going to go and crack on with that. I'm going to go and gather some resources, get things made up, and I will be back in a second, guys. Right, that has me now gathered all the resources that I'm probably going to need for at least the redstone part of the melon pumpkin farm build. Take a quick look here. So I have my rail, my observers, pistons, redstone components, as in redstone dust, comparators, repeaters, torches. Yeah, let's go and out to the area and see if we can maybe just start planning it out. Initially, I already kind of know where I want to put it. I'm just going to put it right up the back of my house here. Easy access, not too far to travel to get what I want. And when I work on my base and that, at least it's still going to be doing its thing in the background. So I'm actually thinking about putting it just in this space sort of here. I think it wouldn't be too bad an area to sort of plonk it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away just now and maybe just clear some of this area here and just replace some of the blocks, like all the dirt has been thingied out there. I'm just going to put it out and just clear a wee bit of a flat land here and start building the initial farm here. I'll just have to go dig down a few blocks initially, so actually clearing out would be absolutely pointless, but yeah, I'm just going to have to go down a few blocks initially, so I'm going to go and clear it out just now, and I'll be right back. Right guys, I've managed to dig out my space now. This is a 13 by 13 space, so what I will show you how to do is just pop the rails in for underneath the farm. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have the pumpkin farm obviously on the overground, but I'm going to have a rail minecart pickup system underneath. So when the melons and pumpkins get popped off by the pistons, they will obviously land on the ground. So the minecart hopper is going to go round a zigzag sort of pattern underneath the track, and it is then going to pick up all the spare pumpkin and melon that's actually lying on the ground. So yeah, that's the kind of basis of this, and I'll have a wee minecart unloader just over here. So I've got some redstone blocks here, so if I just fire these in here just now, yes I know it's a lot of redstone, but I'm willing to just use the blocks, it's not too bad. And if I take my rail, I can show you kind of what I mean. So if we pop this down, that should be enough to get round. Cool, so it'd be going something sort of like that. Now if we come to the end, what we do is power that last rail there. It's just a case of then the minecart will sort of hit the wall and come back again, and it goes back the way it goes. So I'm going to go and put that in just now. I'm not going to bore you with me putting all the rail in, but that's the sort of general idea. Is the minecart obviously uses the power rail to go round, and it picks up anything that's lying on the ground that's there. So I'll go and pop all this rail in, and I will be right back. Right, managed to get all the rails in now, and this is what it looks like. So as I say, I managed to get it, so I just changed the two rails there and powered it all the way to the end. So when the minecart essentially comes to the end, what it does is it hits the wall, but because this rail is still powered, it then just sends it back the way it pretty much came. So it's just on an infinite loop. I've got this little bit in the corner, and I've not actually done the filter yet, but I've done a little bit. So if I just push this minecart, I will be able to show you what I mean. So this is what it'll do. It essentially just loops round all the way right to the end. It is working great. This will take a little bit, and it just keeps on going and going and going. And as I say, with the dirt above, all the bits of melon and pumpkin that sort of get popped off, and that the minecart essentially just picks up. So it hits the wall and comes back again. It comes all the way back, and it just picks it up as it's going around each individual lane, which is great because it means there's essentially almost no lossage on it at all. And then once it comes right back to the end, once it gets there, it can take a little while, and then when it does, it pop back up, boom, and that's it. And then once it gets on here, I'm going to obviously put the filter in that, the unloading station, and it just comes up here. As long as this is not powered, it shouldn't move. And then because there's a hopper sitting underneath it, the hopper then drains all the pumpkins and melons that's collected into a chest, which I'm going to put down there. Once I've wired up a little redstone just sort of behind there, what will then happen is once it has unloaded, a comparator which I'm going to have just sitting against that hopper, which I'll show once I've built it, will then detect there's no more items going through the hopper, and then it just powers this rail again. Once the rail's powered, the minecart just shoots the minecart back off again, and that's pretty much the farm. It just keeps on going on and on and on, picking up. Yep, so what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go and put the filter in now, and I can show you that in its entirety. And then I'm going to go and actually make the farm itself by putting down the grass and waterlogging and getting the pumpkins and that in. Right, I'm going to go make this filter, and I will be 2 seconds. Right, this is for some reason I kept on calling it a filter. It's not a filter, it's an item unloader. Yes, this is the unloader right here. As I say, it is very basic redstone. So the hopper that I was talking about is just in there. So as you can see, if I can get up here, there's the minecart, and it literally, as I say, it just sits on top of the hopper there, and the hopper pointing into the chest. Now, as I say, we do have the bit of powered rail just under where the hopper is, and I'll show you how this works. So essentially what happens is this is the hopper the minecart is sitting on. As it comes along, it stops because this is not, well, it's not currently powered, but I'll show you in 2 seconds. When it stops and the rail's not powered, it then can unfilter all the items that are actually in the hopper minecart into the chest. So it goes through the hopper into the chest, and I've just got like a wee chest set up, so I've got enough storage just to last me for a little while. But essentially what happens is if I actually activate this, so pop that there, you can see it sends it off. Now because this comparator is not powered, because there's nothing, obviously it's not picking anything up, the comparator won't then essentially power itself, so there will be nothing to register in the hopper, so it will just keep on doing its loop, loop, loop. But if I were to show you, if I dump, say, I don't know, let's chuck 10 dirt down. Now it should pick that. 10 dirt? A stack of dirt, sorry. It should pick that up when it comes back. Here it comes, and pop, bingo, it got it. So if we come around here, what will happen is you can see that it's currently powered. Now when it comes in here, see, now you can see this is now powered as the items are now going through this hopper into the chest. So as long as that's powered, the minecart then stays stationary in position. And I say it's quite basic. You've got a comparator which points in the hopper. You've got a redstone torch, it sits in the back, it just powers this block. Because that block is getting powered off the redstone torch, it then powers this, which then powers the rail. But as I say, as long as this comparator's on, these two things are up. There you go, that's a must be just finished. So we've got a stack to 64, bingo. And now that the rail's not sort of been, you know, now the rail has been powered by the redstone torch going up into the repeater, the minecart just goes on its way, and then the comparator's obviously switched off because there's nothing more in it, and we got our 64 items. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Very easy redstone, and it works great. Absolutely fantastic. Right, now I'm going to go and crack on, and I'll just going to fill the floor in and try and get a little bit of it done, and I'll be right back. Right guys, so this is the farm so far. As you can see, I have covered it up just now with the dirt, and I've placed pistons in. What I've done is I've gone around with my hoe, and basically on all the blocks that doesn't have pistons over it, you hoe just to make it proper farmland. As you can see, I've got these water blocks in every so often as well, and I've also put light blocks in just as they are very essential for the growth rate of the pumpkins and the melons. I've just sort of spaced them out evenly enough that all the farmland's been covered, and it's also all been covered in light as well, just so they're able to grow properly. As you can see, if you just walk around here, everything's been hoed, everything's wet, which is exactly what you want for your farmland. All I'm going to go do now is pop in the seeds themselves into these little patches here, and then after that I'm going to pop the observers on top, and that should be pretty much the farm done. I will need to border it in, and I'll probably will decorate it anyway, just to make it look kind of cool, so it's not just sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of that field. I'm going to go and put the observers in, and also put the pumpkins and the melons seeds in as well, just so then this farm can actually start doing its stuff. And then I'll seal it all in, and I'll decorate it and stuff just to make it look kind of cool. So I'm going to go and chuck the observers in, and the pumpkin seeds and the melon seeds, and I'll be back just once that's done. And here we are guys, this is it. As you can see, I've planted all the melons and pumpkins that I had on me. I didn't manage to plant a full inventory just because I didn't have that much, but yep, this is it now done. As I say, I'm missing this little corner here. Once I have enough grown, or they've grown up, then I'll fill in this and I'll be it done. But yeah, I've got the observers in, and all you do is pop the observer in and put a bit of redstone dust on top of the observer. Now the way this works is, I'll just show you here. These haven't actually fully grown yet, so there's nothing being produced, but I can still show you. So we've got the piston above this block here, and the observer above this block here. Now this is your actual pumpkin or your melon that you're growing, and this is the block that they will grow onto, or should grow onto. Well, any ones that go around it, hence why I still need to fence in, because they could potentially grow into here just now. So what happens is, yep, you just seen it happen there. So whenever this state of this melon or pumpkin changes, as in when they're fully grown and they grow a melon or a pumpkin, and it comes here, the observer detects the change in the melon and pumpkin, and essentially then what it does is it fires a one-tick pulse through the observer, which hits the redstone on top, which fires the block adjacent to it, or around it, in this case a piston. So what then will happen is that'll observe that, it'll fire this down, and the grown pumpkin out here, here, or here, I'll get hit by a piston, and the piston will just knock the pumpkin or melon off. And then the minecart hopper, which you can hear running underneath, just comes along, and it can pick it up through the block and get it. Easy as pie. As I said, I do need to frame it in because I don't want any lossage, because you can currently grow it here as well, but it's just as easy as that. There's really not much more to it other than that. One thing I did forget to say is the water, just in case you're wondering, it's a half slab I'm using in it, and I've just used water in the half slab just so it can still tend to the farm but doesn't affect the rail going underneath or get rid of it. And as you can see, the farm's working perfectly. Not producing any yet because I need to grow everything up, but yeah, it will work great. So I'm going to go and just sort of decorate this slightly just now, and I'll be back just once I've done that. So I may have gone slightly over the top with the decorating of the farm itself. But I think it looks kind of cool. I will show you just now. Ta-da! So this is the finished farm itself. It's taken me a little while to decorate. I had to terraform the land because I really wanted to be able to stand here and be able to look into the farm at the glass. I thought that'd be quite a cool effect. So yeah, I had to strip a lot of the ground back and terraform round just to make it look more authentic and it was more naturally generated. I think it's come out quite well. I maybe need to bone meal some of the grass, but that's okay. I can get to that at a later time. But yeah, no, it's looking great. I mean, I've put the path going all the way around just to make it look a bit more incorporated into the village, even though it's just a little bit slightly outside the village, but that's perfectly okay. I've gone with the smooth stone slabs on the ground, which I think are quite nice, and on the roof, just to give it that flat touch. I like the way the wood is incorporated in. I've only used two different kinds. I've got the oak stairs, and I've got spruce stripped logs, which is quite nice. And I went with these spruce trapdoors with lanterns on them, and I thought that was quite a nice little effect. But yeah, no, I really like it. It's really come out well. It took me a little while to make it, but that's perfectly fine. And I really enjoy sort of making stuff like this, and it's come out really good, really good. I really like it. The collection area, I'll just pop down here. I've made this since the last time. Pop down the ladder and go around the corner, and this is the collection area. Nothing too fancy, but it does the job. It's just incorporated a couple of bits of different sort of stone and material on the wall. So I've got that andesite, polished andesite, cobblestone and that. And it looks quite nice. And there's the chest pickup system. So the minecart just rolls in just behind there. And I've got 3 chests just for pickups just now, which is perfectly fine. If I need to upgrade, obviously I'll upgrade. But I think 3 chests, so I will do it for the size of the farm. And as you can see, the farm's running great. It is running quite well. This is the sort of stuff I've collected just in time. I've been decorating, which is fantastic. So I'll be able to sort of craft these up into melons and take the pumpkins out and try with my villagers. So yeah, it is fantastic. And this project now complete, which I'm very happy with. It's turned out really well, really well. So what I was also thinking for this episode is I really want to do the cow farm. Unfortunately, I've run out of time for this episode, so possibly that's something I might want to do in my next episode. So for this episode, I'm going to have to call it quits just now. So if you have really enjoyed what you've seen in this episode, please give the video a like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as it really helps me, it really helps the channel as well. But if that's all, which it is, then I shall see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.